reading some articles and everything, it actually dawned on me I have seen a robo-taxi prior.
Yeah.
Because when I was in Arizona, there was a company called Waymo.
There's about to be way more of them.
Right, yeah. It's a good pun there. And I was driving and I saw this car with a ton of different cameras that was on them. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I remember seeing it turn because I was so fascinated by it because it looks so odd.
Yeah.
A ton of fucking cameras on this damn car. Look at it, I'm like, okay, there's not a single driver that's in there. This is interesting. Googled it to find out that it's like a self-driving taxi. Fast forward a couple of months, now you're about to have these robo-taxis. And I got a lot of questions because I don't think I'd ever trust a robo-taxi, to be quite honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I need a human who's
All right,
behind
so
the wheel.
here's my question. Would you rather take a robo-taxi or like a woman taxi driver?
Oh boy, that's tough. See, but
who do you trust more with your life? Robo-taxi, woman taxi driver?
I think the woman taxi driver because you also have to save yourself.
Hey, man. That's famous last words.
You have to save yourself.
Famous last words.
You have to save yourself. Because at the end of the
what do
day...
you mean? You have to save yourself?
No, because the woman driver is also behind the wheel too. With the robot, it's like, all right, you probably, in the robot's case, is I'm designed to do this. So
but like, I don't know, bro.
If it's a woman driver who's behind the wheel, you also got to try to get back to your family. And I think I'd be able to identify the danger a bit more because it's a self-driving car. Unless I were to look, then I wouldn't identify it. I think if it's a woman who's behind the wheel, she's naturally going to go and react to it. And then immediately when I see that.
Okay, so the way I understand where you're coming from, but the way I look at it though, it's like when you have like robots will get better than us at everything, right? Even with the self-driving car. So it's like in the same way where you would you rather trust an Asian with a math problem or like a calculator? You're going to choose the calculator.
Oh, it depends.
The Asian might be really fucking good at math, but you're going to choose the calculator over the Asian. Right, because it's programmed and it knows that stuff because it's easy. So like, if we go to a higher level, right? If we go to a higher level, now it's like, would you trust a woman driver or like a freaking robo-taxi? The robo-taxi is calculating all these, like, it sees this car speeding at 100 miles per hour. It sees the one behind us, how long it would take to stop. It would see like trajectory of how it could turn here. Like, it sees everything.
But then the human is not necessarily, the robot is designed to be able to do that kind of stuff. But the human has to learn that through experience. Like when you're driving and you're able to anticipate the distance between you and a location. If you were to go and try to make it to this exit from the left lane and it's a five lane highway, you look kind of to the side to see how far the other the cars are coming, what kind of speed are they moving at to identify when to make it. So the robot is a bit more, I guess, technical per se, but they're designed one particular way. It's not like, okay, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this. I think as the human...
because with the robot, you can have it adjust too. So like, that's the thing about like self-driving.
Adjust on the fly?
What people don't realize, so a great example, gearboxes, when you shift manually, it was always better that you would have a manual transmission car because you could always shift faster than like what technology could produce. These days, the automatic gearboxes shift at the perfect time. So an automatic car is faster than a manual transmission car because human beings react slower to adjustments than a robot would. In the same way that like a calculator is faster than a human, we're at the point in technology where these self-driving cars can anticipate people moving. Because think about it, like it's processing so much data per second, our brains don't even do that. A computer has a faster reaction time than humans, right? So like, in theory, self-driving cars are always gonna have less accidents than human-driven cars.
Well, yes, but in the same case, you still run into a bit of a roadblock that's there because there can be a situation in which you have that malfunction that can happen. Now, granted, that can happen with a human as well, because let's just say if your brakes were to fail, well, as a human, even if you're the one who's behind the wheel, the brakes fail, it's over. So it makes it an even playing field. But the reason why I say, although it can anticipate, because I've driven in a Tesla one time where I actually driven, and while you're getting closer to a car, it almost manually slows itself down. Yeah. And I'm not the one who's kind of controlling it per se. Like it's doing it, it's on its own, which isn't necessarily an issue. However, let's just say if in the event it's anticipating the car that's in front, but it's not taking into account the car that's behind or maybe something from the side, because it has to look at things from a very practical kind of.
No, but it sees all of that.
No, right. But then the thing is, you have to take into account a ton of different things. Let's just say if you're driving, you're in the rain, the tires start to skid. you now, and anybody who's ever been in a situation where you're in the snow or maybe in the rain, and now you have to kind of control the wheel, you kind of have to let it go to try to get yourself back.
I think the car
together.
but I think the car senses when it's raining.
But you'd be processing so many different things.
But that's the point. That's the point of the AI. That's why they have. So here's my thing. You have billions of dollars in company funding that think of all. So all the stuff we're talking about, you don't think fucking dudes way smarter than us have not thought about this already?
No. I exactly. But the thing is, as a human, because I'm looking at it from the perspective of the average person, you'll get beat out, right? I'm thinking of the more advanced kind of person. Like it's a skill that can be acquired over time.
So no,
like
so
I think drivers in the world.
I agree with you 100%. I think if you want to get somewhere quick, fast, the best driver is always going to beat the AI there.
Right.
But if you just want to like hop into like an Uber,
yeah, if it's like generic, then the AI will have.
I think the AI, exactly. So that's my view on it. I agree with you.
And when you say like, hey, AI, if trained appropriately, or I should say programmed the right way, will always beat a human. I think on the generic portion of life, the AI will win. But then the more advanced, it's almost like with an athlete. If you were to try to train a robot to beat Usain Bolt in his prime at a sprint, it's going to be pretty easy because it's almost like you just put like gas in it, whatever the case may be, and go. But if you needed to design a robot that's like a human to be able to take out, reach top speed, maintain top speed, there's certain intangibles that a robot would not be able to go and replicate.
I understand what you mean.
And it wouldn't necessarily, because it's not supposed to be on an even playing field.
Yeah.
So it's designed to be better.